And welcome back to the Laboratory Podcast with Dex and Los, where we talk about basketball, we talk about life, and we talk about whatever the hell we like. It's me and my man to the right.
All right, shout out to it.
Let's get this shit started.
How you doing today, brother?
Today is game day.
It is game day.
It is game day for us. It is in this men's league.
Men's league debut.
Men's league debut.
We finna lose.
We probably gonna lose. We probably finna lose.
It's cool.
It's our first time though. It's our first time in the league. You know, I'm pretty excited. It's exciting time for me. You know, playing organized ball for the first time since Pee Wee.
No. Damn. Damn. I'll be forgetting.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
But yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's cool. I heard living my dreams that I had of going to the league is just a different league that I thought it was gonna be.
Okay, honestly, yeah. I thought, I always thought I was gonna be in the league. I didn't know it was gonna be the Oak Brook Recreational Men's League. But I thought the league. I thought I was league bound.
It's cool. 15-5. 15-5.
15-5. We'll see.
That's what he was aiming for.
I hope so.
I don't know where the 5 assists gonna come from.
It's the league. I can't do as I usually do. I can't just be like, all right, I'm not gonna get nobody involved with myself. These wins, these games matter now. You know what I'm saying? Like these games mean something. Every game means something. This isn't pickup basketball outside.
Shout out meaning something.
These games could lead us to a championship.
If y'all can't tell, we're a little competitive when it comes to this, because we've been trying to do this for like 2 years. This is the first year we were able to somewhat successfully do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, game day vlogs when it comes. All right, so it wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't anything actually that happened. Like NBA news wise, there hasn't been anything. It's like kind of that super dead period where either everything is happening or something small happens that gets blown the fuck up. Like Rasheed Wallace saying LeBron won't succeed in his era.
Yeah.
Like he didn't drop 25 on you.
Yeah.
Straight in 07.
As a little guy.
As not even
21.
Yeah, literally like 21, 22. One of those two. Because that was 07. So regardless, like not even prime LeBron. So not peak LeBron.
Not even prime.
Coming up
LeBron.
still LeBron. That's crazy. He would have been fine.
LeBron would have been fine.
He would have been perfectly
fine. In any
fine.
era, LeBron would have been fine. I'm pretty sure 260-pound LeBron would have adjusted to any league, any era that he was in.
Actually, we can talk about that real quick. They was like, I don't know why old heads do this. Only reason, if he would have said this like during this when the season started, we would have just probably breezed past it. Like we'll be all right. But it's dry season, so we're gonna talk about it for a second. Like you said, LeBron is adjusting to any era with how physically gifted he is. He's probably most all-around physically gifted athlete, from how strong he is to how fast he is to how well he moves and how high he jumps. Like Mike has probably the best hang time ever. We get that. That's strictly bounce. And he got stronger when he wanted to and adjusted. LeBron was strong already.
LeBron was just naturally strong.
Then just came in stronger. Like it was happening. So he's adjusted. I know he complains too much now, but that's also because he played in the era.
That's the league we play in. Yeah, everybody complains.
Everybody complains, and two, it's not as much like the contact that he be getting. It was like, we're not supposed to have this contact, but you can't call fouls, to LeBron every time the same way you couldn't call fouls to Shaq every time.
He's just a big dude.
Yeah.
When LeBron plays through it, it's kind of hard to call a foul on him.
Yeah, and he still complains.
He's just so much bigger than everybody.
I remember he got hog collared, I think, and he still hit a reverse layup. All right. Jelly layup. Yeah,
LeBron would adjust to any. If LeBron was placed in the 90s, I'm pretty sure LeBron would adjust to it properly.
LeBron would be perfectly fine.
Because
he's playing in the era of greatness, I don't know about no 4 rings. But he would have been fine. He would have been fine. Yeah. Just the same though. He
would have still been dropping 25 a game. 25, 7 and 6. 7 and
whatever,
7.
same thing.
Whatever you want.
If not more.
Whatever LeBron wanted to do, he'll do.
Yeah. Indeed.
That's a big dude. I mean, that's 260 pounds against Bill Laimbeer, who I'm pretty sure he weighs more than still.
Possibly. But either way it go, LeBron would be fine in any era. Anything else you want to bring up before we get into the bulk of this episode?
Just a shout out to all the Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
We got a shout out to all of them. all the brand new Hall of Famers.
Shout out to Kale's Mans getting in the Hall of Fame.
Ben Wallace.
Sir Ben Wallace. Sir Terrifying
man. Terrifying individual, Ben Wallace. I'd be scared if I saw Ben Wallace just in any capacity. If I saw this man in the light, if I saw him in the dark, if I saw him in an alley, if I saw him in a park, I'd just be scared of this man.
He's just on the swing.
He's just on a swing.
Boy, why that makes him scarier, low key?
That low key makes him scary. Now he's wild. He's a psychopath on the swing. Big 6'9" dude on the swing. And when he talks like this. It's just really deep voice. He's like a stoic statue of a man. He's like what marble is. Like if somebody just made marble into a man, that's what he would be. Ben Wallace is scary.
What the fuck? Shout out Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace and Mike Tyson might be the top 2 scariest people
on
the planet Earth.
Yeah. Who else was in the Hall of Fame this year? Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh. Shout out Chris Bosh. We know his career was cut short from health issues. Yeah. So big shout out to Chris Bosh. He finally got what he deserved. And he still was. What we did this episode last week. What was he? 10-time All-Star still, and like a career that was kind of cut short. Yeah.
He made it to my top 10 list after bringing him up.
Yeah.
And he's a Hall of Famer, so
he's top 10 worthy. He was. I don't think he was on mine, but he's top 10 worthy for sure.
Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer now. Can't take that away. Paul Pierce.
Shout out to Paul Pierce.
He's the truth.
As much as we joke about Paul Pierce.
We talk about Paul Pierce a lot. I'm not a crazy big fan of Paul Pierce, but Paul Pierce did get what he very well deserved, which is a Hall of Fame career. And then last but certainly not least, maybe the least from that group, Chris Webber. Yeah. Well, maybe not a first ballot career, but we was waiting.
He was an honorable mention.
He was an honorable mention for our top 10 power forwards last week. But I think we were waiting, like, when the fuck is he gonna finally get in there? Like for last year, it's not like it's hard to get into the Basketball Hall of Fame. He averaged I think we said last year, like 27 and 4, and then 5. It's either 6 All-Stars and 4 All-NBA or 5 All-Stars and 5 All-NBA. Either way,
they weren't letting him in because he called that timeout. In
Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan. He called that timeout. They're like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't know if we
damn. I thought it was because of the commentating.
Because of the commentating.
I know. I really like Chris Webber outside of commentating. He just be tweaking. He real life just be tweaking.
He just says what we just saw.
It don't be that.
As you can see.
It just be the analysis of something so stupid. Like, it don't make sense sometimes. But Chris Webber's a good dude. I just need him to get better commentating. He's been doing it too long.
He's retired. Ain't no more commentating for him.
Really? I thought he said with TNT. Mm-mm. All right, good. Finally. No, he was doing it too long to not be better at it about it.
I believe his contract went up and he didn't want to get it renewed.
We'll see if that's accurate once the season starts. All right, anything else you want to bring up? We brought up the Hall of Famers.
No, that's it.
All right. So, for what this episode is going to be about, we did point guards. Yeah. We did shooting guards.
We did.
We did small forwards.
Uh-huh.
We did power forwards.
As well.
So, you know what today is? Centers. Centers is... It's a little bit wonky.
It's tricky.
It's
centers.
I know I feel like we keep saying he's like, this is the hardest one. This real life is the hardest one. Just squeezing like the top 2, because it's like the upper echelon is like, you know who's there, and after that it's like anybody's game. So who are you gonna like pick and choose?
I feel like
and whatnot.
I feel like it's harder because after 2010.
Especially after that, like there hasn't
been no real dominant center.
There have been 3 that are somewhere recent, and they're not even top 10. They're in my honorable mentions. And that's just the way that the game has been played now. I think the center position will be coming back soon.
I think Jokic and Joel Embiid help.
Yeah. DeMarcus Cousins was there for a while, and then what's happened the last few years with him. But all right, we gonna kick this off. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I shall go first because I believe you went first last week.
Good.
So, number 10, we're starting off with Mr. Bob McAdoo.
Shout out to it. Shout out Bob McAdoo.
Yeah, I had to squeeze somebody in there at number 10. I believe Bob McAdoo is a 7-time All-Star. 2-time champ. I believe he's 2-time Finals MVP.
Damn. I don't know. He's not on my list, so I don't have any of his accolades.
No accolades.
No accolades. I'm not mad at Bob McAdoo being in there. Like I said, the 9 and 10 spot were the only parts that were like super difficult for me to figure out in there.
Let me
correct yourself.
Yeah. So 5-time All-Star.
All right.
I was right about the 2-time NBA champ, but he was no Finals MVP. So he's a 2-time champ, 3-time scoring champ. He was the 74-75 MVP. So that's something.
1-time MVP.
Yeah.
He was like that in 75. My number 10 is Dwight.
Dwight Arondo.
It is not. It is Bill Walton. Bill Walton, 2-time champ, 2-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, 2-time All-Defense, and 1-time Sixth Man of the Year. There's a lot of other players you could definitely argue being up here. Bill Walton has championship pedigree, and he was also he was a really good center at the time. Given he was the Sixth Man of the Year that year, and he only had like 2 seasons where he was like great and above the rest of them, but 2 rings. Is what I got to say about that. I do understand Bob McAdoo having him in there. I just didn't watch a lot of Bob McAdoo. I didn't watch a whole lot of Bill Walton, but I watched a little bit more than Bob McAdoo.
I didn't watch none of these motherfuckers.
My 9, I have Dwight Howard, though.
Dwight Arondo lives. I do also have Dwight at number 9.
Shout out to it. So, 1-time champ, 8-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA, 5-time All-Defense, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year.
3 times.
And then with that 3-time Defensive Player there, you led the league and rebounded 5 times and then blocks 2 times.
And 3-time Laker.
It is 3-time Laker now.
Yeah.
Third stint with the Lakers coming soon. Hopefully 2-time champ. You never know. We'll see. But
hopefully
Dwight could have, if Dwight hadn't gotten sidetracked by that back injury, I think he would have been higher on this list by now because he probably would have accomplished a few more seasons. Maybe not crazy high. Maybe would have jumped up 1 spot, if that. But we never know how like his prime, the rest of his prime could have gone because he got cut short. Not that he wasn't a still good player after that, but you went from being great and being arguably the best center. No, he was the best center in the NBA for a while. You went from being the best center in the NBA to just kind of like a rotational guy who's good to have as like a solid center.
Yeah.
So. There's nothing wrong with that. He still squeezed out a Hall of Fame career. He's no doubt going to be a Hall of Famer when he's
he did a lot in a short time.
In a very short time frame, he
does have a finals appearance.
He had 1 where he led a team, and then he now has had 2.
Yeah,
and one.
Yeah, 1 finals appearance with Jameer Nelson as his point guard.
And that team was low key decent. They
were built around Dwight.
They were built around, who was it? Michael Petrus, Hito Turkoglu. He still had JJ. That was a nice squad back then. But then they was also just like, all right, we just gonna get a ball to Dwight. Here's how raw Dwight was. Dwight was the best center in the league with no post moves.
That's
just
true.
straight dunking and bullying motherfuckers.
That's very true.
Yeah,
baby hook.
That was the only thing. And even then, he was sometimes too strong. He would just get the rebound and then dunk it right back, put it right back in the basket. But yeah, that team was built nice around him. He just happened to run into Kobe.
Yeah. He just didn't have a second superstar.
He didn't have no help. Well, he
didn't even have a second star.
No.
Like if he just had like a quality all-star player, not a Jameer Nelson one time.
Someone like a Chris Middleton or a Drew Holiday.
Yeah, if he had something like that, he probably could have.
They probably would have been decent, but he ran against Kobe. Derek Fisher was out here just timely. Paul Gasol was still doing his thing.
And Kobe was killing Michael Petrus, killing him, destroying him,
killing whoever was in front of him. Yeah, that was
Michael Petrus' whole game was known for defense, and he was just killing them.
Yeah. One of the OG 3-and-D boy. Yeah. Not that he was a straight sniper from 3, but he was like, well, you can shoot it a little bit. We got to be respectful from there. You're supposed to be locking up, but he played Kobe. Yeah. And that didn't work out in his favor.
Nah. Number 8. Number 8, I had Patrick Ewing.
God damn it. This list is too
I have the greatest Jamaican player of all time.
Is he Jamaican?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you ain't know he was Jamaican?
I real life did not know he was Jamaican.
Hey, you learn something new every day. He has a slight accent.
The only time I think I've ever heard Patrick Ewing talk, outside of when he was talking in Space Jam. Is when he was he was coaching at Georgetown. I forgot what player it was. Shot up some bullshit. He was like, "Do you work on that? Do you work on that? One-legged fadeaway. Do you work on that?" No. He real life was pissed off. He just looks over. He was like this. Do you work like what?
What's wrong with you?
What the fuck is you doing?
Why are you like this?
I also do have Patrick Ewing as my number 8. 11-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Defense. He is. Well, I know we keep bringing up players who just had like really bad timing when they were in the league, but he had a very small window to win a chip.
Hey, random fact. Patrick Ewing played for the Supersonics.
Yeah.
He also played for the Orlando Magic.
That picture on the Magic it feels like it's Photoshop.
It's weird. It's weird.
I haven't seen the picture of him in the Sonics jersey, but the one on like the Magic, it literally looks. It doesn't even look right because you just imagine him in just a Knicks jersey for his entire career, and he's not. He had the unfortunate timeliness of playing against in the same era as Hakeem, Michael Jordan.
And some of Shaq.
Yeah, and like you said, some of Shaq. He just really bad timing is what a lot of these players have. But the fact he still squeezed.
He got to the finals one time. As soon as Mike was gone, he got to the finals.
And then lost.
They did lose.
And then lost. Yeah, that's why I said Hakeem
ran into David Robertson and Tim Duncan that year.
Yeah, and 99 they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just really bad timing sometimes for some of these players. You're still great. It was greaterness that was just playing alongside or playing across from you too. I have Moses Malone as my number 7. Are we the same again?
I have. I do. I do have Moses Malone as my number 7.
God damn it!
I'm pretty sure the rest of these are probably the same.
Yeah, it probably is. 1-time champ, 12-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA, 3-time MVP, 2-time All-Defense, and 1-time Finals MVP. Moses Malone was like that. Moses Malone was indeed that dude. I debated having him. I'm pretty sure you got 5 and 6 the same over David. You got David Robertson ahead of him or no?
Yes. Okay,
so I debated that one for a minute. The only reason I put David Robertson ahead is because of the defensive side of the ball. He also has one more championship, and like I said, just the other side of the ball. They got the same amount of MVPs though.
And David Robinson is
I lied. No, he got 2 more MVPs than David Robinson.
Is a veteran.
That don't mean shit. He
was out here with
around here.
He was out here with the Navy.
That don't mean shit.
Putting his life on the line.
I'll sell crack before I serve this country.
Whoa.
Boy, that shit legendary, boy. That shit that's a top 10 tweet of all time. I'll serve crack before I serve this country. Shout out to the veterans, though. I don't mean no disrespect. That's just funny as hell.
Thank you for your service. Somebody has to do it. It's just not going to be me. Somebody's got to do it.
I'm fighting fire. That's enough. Yeah, that's all enough. You finna get.
Low key. I'll serve my community.
Moses Malone was also part of the ABA, so he was he was out here hooping for a long time.
Shout out long
time hooping. And once that merger went through, that didn't change the goddamn thing. He was still just getting buckets upon buckets. David Robertson, 2-time champ. He won no Finals MVPs. Please give me one. Because he played alongside Tim Duncan. The second one he won, it was Timmy's team by then. The first one, it was arguably David Robertson's, but Timmy was out there hooping.
It was never any of their teams.
It's
all their teams.
It's just whose team is this?
In the words of Greg Popovich,
it's us.
Greg Popovich let us know it's no one man's team.
David Robertson out here went out with a bang last season in the league, and he was just like, all right, we win the ring. we win rings.
David Robertson is also one of the few players to ever have a quadruple double.
Yeah,
with 70 points on top of it.
Boy, David Robertson just was a monster.
A monster.
I don't like how we was on the same page. I like it, but I don't like it. But yeah,
a goon to a goblin.
And then I think Kel said it was like for David Robertson to be like he was cold, offensively, defensively. He could pass, he could dribble the ball up, he could shoot. He literally had the package that you want out of a center, and he still couldn't do shit with Shaq. He really Shaq would literally if you want to talk about somebody like sunning niggas, Shaq is like one of those like Shaq and David Robertson was one of those like you just getting sunned.
Shaq is just a large human being.
Yeah. Real life.
Who knows he's a large human being
Indeed.
and uses it.
Yeah. You can't even do shit about that. And that motherfucker was pure muscle. David Robertson was just pure muscle and was just getting work.
Yeah, by Shaq, who was muscle and fat put together.
Fat muscle.
Just solidness.
Yeah.
The size of a wall. Just running into you.
I'm pretty sure the rest of these we're going to have the same. So, number 5, Hakeem.
Yes.
All right. No, nothing has to be said for Hakeem. I don't think
2-time champ.
2 of them things. He got him when Mike left. He said,
Yep.
"This is my window. I'm gonna snatch this shit real quick, and then I'm out." I know Kel had said it before. I think I brought it up a little bit last week. He thinks that Hakeem has one of the greatest finals runs, like championship runs of all time. So we got to have an episode on that because that is a crazy debate.
Are we saying for both of his years or there's one?
No. I think it was 95. Yeah, it was 95. I think this year that Kel was talking about. But it was like just statistically speaking, like he was on a crazy run. I think. But me and you were like, well, how you looking at? You talking about like the teams that they played? Or you just talking about him?
I thought you were talking about the teams that they played.
Nah. I think that's what Kel was saying though. I remember me and you were having that conversation, and we brought up like Dirk and all the other guys.
Hakeem,
but still,
also the other person who has a quadruple double.
Yeah, Hakeem also had no All-Stars playing with him when he won those rings. He was just out
Clyde
there.
Drexler.
When he won?
One of them, yeah.
I thought he didn't have him when he won.
No, yeah. Clyde
was he an
Drexler.
All-Star when he played with him though?
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to put money on it. Let me look.
Thought the Clyde.
You want to put money on it before I look this up?
I'll pay for Shang-Chi tickets here. That'll be the money I put on it.
Let's take a look. So the year was
94 and 95.
94 and 95.
Yeah.
So 94 they won, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then 95 they won.
Yeah.
I would have lost money.
What the? I just said I'll put this. Ain't that a bitch? I should have just said yeah.
Yeah.
Bet the Shang-Chi tickets.
Because 94 he was still in Portland. 95 he got traded, and he wasn't an All-Star that year, and he was an All-Star the next year when Mike came back.
Hakeem is the reason we be hearing Kenny
talk
crazy.
if we're being technical, he was an All-Star caliber player because he was literally an All-Star the year before and an All-Star the year after.
I was just saying an All-Star,
but
you're not wrong.
But he was traded though.
All-Star caliber, you're right. Anywho, what I was saying, Hakeem is the reason that Kenny be up there talking crazy to Chuck.
No, for real though.
Not that Kenny didn't contribute, but damn, when you win the ring. You win the ring, Chuck.
Kenny ass really be talking like he's like that. Like he was dropping 40 a game.
He was that guy.
Yeah.
He was a guy.
He was a guy. Right, exactly. He was a guy.
You're not the guy. You're not that guy. You were a guy.
You were a guy on that team.
Damn.
And should be happy that you were on that team.
Kenny,
because they probably would have won a chip without you, Kenny.
Kenny the Jet.
Kenny the Jet Smith. I hate Kenny. I hate him. Can't stand Kenny.
Hakeem Olajuwon, just to read off his accolades so everybody knows: 2-time champ, 2-time Finals MVP, 12-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defense, and 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. One of 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same season.
Hakeem also leads in all-time blocks, doesn't he? I believe he is number 1 in all-time blocks.
I don't know. He has one of the most unstoppable moves of all time. I ain't gonna say unstoppable. One of the best moves of all time, though.
He made footwork cool.
He did make footwork cool, real life. My favorite Hakeem video is when he's talking about the dream shake and he does this shit out. He's like, he's like that shit nice, nigga. We had the debate last week. Have you thought about it? The greatest international player of all time between Hakeem and Dirk. I'm still going Hakeem.
It is Hakeem, number 1 all-time blocks.
All right, shout out to it. Why did I think it was Dikembe?
He's number 2.
All right, shout out to Hakeem. Great, damn, all-time leading block scorer. That's on the. He ain't getting moved up. I lied. I was gonna lie. He's not getting moved up higher on this list.
Shout out lying.
Nah. Hakeem also bested Shaq. One of the few to do it.
Indeed.
Made Shaq so mad he said 1v1 me basically.
Yeah.
1v1.
Yeah, Shaq.
Basically, what he said,
happen.
run the ones, then, motherfucker. That's basically what Shaq said after that.
And Hakeem would have gave his ass buckets.
Hakeem probably would have still been giving his ass. That was before Shaq was still raw. Don't get me wrong, but that was before Shaq had the fat with the muscle. That was just muscles.
That was Slim Shaq.
Yeah, that was. Low key Shaq was raw no matter what you put it at. But nah, that Shaq then, he wasn't doing shit with
that was pre-dominant Shaq. That was getting to dominant Shaq.
Yeah, he was still dominant, but that
fat Shaq was just there was nothing different. Nobody could do.
Fat Shaq was different. Fat in shape Shaq was different.
Yeah, fat in shape Shaq.
Fat in shape Shaq was different.
Mid-season Shaq was different.
Speaking of Shaq, Shaq is number 4 on my list.
Do I have number 4? Yeah, I do have number 4.
Yeah, number 4.
Yeah, he's number 4.
Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, the Diesel.
The Diesel.
The
nickname generator.
The low key, the best nickname. Did he give AI the answer nickname too? I'm like 75% sure about that one. I don't know. Anywho, 4-time champ, 3-time Finals MVP, 15-time All Star, 14-time All NBA, 3-time All Defense, and 1 MVP.
Just one.
But it's cool, you know.
Maybe deserved more, but just one though.
I mean, possibly. But when you play with a player with Kobe's caliber, you might not be getting looked at for a lot of them. And D Wade. Well, given he wasn't still like that with D Wade, he wasn't prime Shaq no one. He was with D Wade.
He was prime-ish.
Prime-ish. He started like his peak was here and he was falling off, but it's not like he was down here. He was still like right there.
Yeah, right.
He was like right there.
I mean, but he was booty in the finals though.
Yeah.
He was
D Wade had to wake up, and he did. But my favorite thing is Shaq is, like I said, I don't want to keep talking about the TNT motherfuckers, but Shaq is funny as hell. Shaq is the only person who should be able to talk to Chuck the way he does, and even then, it'd be OC.
Then he be tweaking.
It do be OC.
And Chuck
you ain't won, Chuck. And then he was like, I didn't have Kobe Bryant and D Wade carrying me up and down the court.
I wasn't riding on the back of Kobe's coattails.
That was a little excessive. Because the first one, for sure, Shaq might have been a little bit better. Now the 2, the second and third, Kobe might be right. Kobe might have been.
It was both of them.
It was
the last 2. It was both of them.
The last 2 was both of them.
And then that D Wade one was all D Wade.
Oh,
that was coattails.
Yeah, that was super. Yeah, you could have said just D Wade coattails.
Yeah,
and that would have been perfectly fine.
But you gotta come up with something. You gotta say something when you don't got no rings, and that's the only argument they be having against you.
Yeah,
you ain't got no rings, Chuck.
Shaq led one of the few teams that beat Michael Jordan in the 90s.
Yeah, that's true. In the 90s, granted.
It was.
He played like 10 games before he came back.
Semi rusty, Mike, but it was still Michael Jordan. We saw videos.
What happened the year after?
Yeah.
But yeah, he does have that claim. He is one of the few players, a part of a team, to beat Michael Jordan in the 90s in the playoffs.
That was like that.
Yeah.
Out here he just let the ego get to his head about Penny Hardaway, or who knows what could have happened.
Who knows what could have
happened?
What if player Penny Hardaway? That's a what if player. What if he never
get
got
to that
hurt?
episode yet, buddy?
I know, but he's a part of it though.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He was on the list. He is definitely on the list, buddy. All right, number 3 and 2 we might have switched. So who's your number 3?
My number 3 is Wilt. Oh, you got him switched?
I do.
I don't know why.
It's hard.
Somebody has 11 championships.
He do.
The other one got.
He was
the
also.
other one got 20,000 ladies.
He was. Well, that's why he number. That's why he number 2. Yeah. Well, look.
I'm pretty sure he's Otto Porter's father or grandfather, something. He's related to Otto Porter. They look too much alike. They look far too much alike.
We was just dropping out basketball prodigies down the line for years to come.
Low key. Like I think Michael Jordan is
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler's that's his dad. We just don't know.
You know what's crazy? You know how many stories is probably like that in the league right now? It's like I don't know my dad. You kind of look like this player that played in the 80s. He just wasn't shit. He just like
low key.
But no, the reason I had Wilt ahead of him, and I really get both of them. I know he only got 2 rings to like Bill's 11. They about the same everywhere else, just off technicality because Bill would have had way more defensive teams, but the first year they introduced it was his last year in the league, and he still made it.
Right.
He had the Avengers. Will was just out there hooping, just average, hooping like a motherfucker. Given like you said, I really can't argue 9 more rings. I can't. That's almost 2 hands. I mean, that's almost 2 hands worth of rings.
If we're being honest, when he was with the Lakers, he probably should have won more rings.
He probably should have, but he didn't. And like I said, I can't argue against it. I'm just saying my perspective. I'm not bigging him up or tearing either of them down. I'm just saying I have him 2 where you have him 3.
Right.
I have him 3 where you have him 2.
Bill Russell is, was different. Why Bill Russell's better?
I don't want to talk about it.
Because he was coaching.
He was,
the last 2
too.
rings, he was head coach and hooping. Will Chamberlain can't say that. He wasn't out there coaching nobody. He was just out there dropping 100 points.
100 points. It was just 100 points.
100 points and a loss.
Did they lose that game? I don't think they lost that game.
If they lost that game, that's tough.
That shit worse than D-Book them losing. Because that's it. Well, I'm fighting everybody. If I drop 100 and we lose, no. And he probably was whooping everybody's ass, actually, because he was an asshole, apparently. So he probably was whooping everybody's ass after that. How did we still lose? Oh, no, but
100 points.
Yeah, so we just got our 2 and 3 switched.
Indeed.
But yeah, we can go through Bill real quick. 11-time champ, which I can't argue nothing against. Like I said, 12-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA, 1-time All-Defense. Like I said, that's only because the year they introduced it was his last year in the league. 5-time MVP and 4-time rebound leader. Will only got 2 of them things. He got 1 more All-Star with 13, 1 less All-NBA with 10, 1 more All-Defense, 4-time, that's not right, 7-time scoring and an 11-time rebound leader. That's crazy. But still, none of them can compare. Nobody can compare to numero uno. Number 3, lowest of all time, period.
Lowest of all time, number 3.
He's number 3 at the lowest.
Yeah, I guess LeBron. Sometimes he's 2. Depends how I feel about LeBron that day.
That's what I said at the lowest. At the highest, you can argue him 1. You can very well argue him 1.
Kareem's just a winner.
I was
winning college.
Damn, you beat me to it. I was going to say, I was like, if you want to just talk about like basketball career that spans your lifetime, like you're in like from whenever you started hooping, not like high school, then college, then like separately, like everything together, there is like no. He is literally a winner at every single level.
And he was in a Bruce Lee movie.
They made a whole rule that said you can't dunk.
Yeah, that was one of my facts of the week. You can't dunk. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah. No, that was the Lou Alcindor rule.
Yeah, in NCAA. That's crazy. The real life crazy. That man is
one of the first people in the league to ever change their name.
Yeah.
And people just respect it.
It was like, all right, that's fine. Yeah.
He changed his name and became more known as Kareem than he was as Lou Alcindor.
Yeah, Lou Alcindor.
And he won his first chip as Lou Alcindor.
Speaking of rings, he got 6. The same amount as Mike.
Yeah.
The same amount. His longevity speaks for itself. The same thing.
He also has 5 MVPs.
He does have 5 MVPs. 6. 6
MVPs.
Yeah, 6 MVPs.
I knew he had 1 more.
I think Mike got 5.
Yeah, I think Mike has 5.
Yeah. His longevity speaks for itself. 19-time All-Star.
Yeah.
15-time All-NBA. 11-time All-Defense. Like I said, the 6 MVPs. He has 2 Finals MVPs.
Yeah.
2-time scoring champ and 4-time block leader.
Yeah.
Kareem
Number
was
1 all time.
Unguardable. I was going to say unguardable shot. He is number 1 on the scoring list. He has the single most probably unguardable shot. Because if you block it, it's a goaltend. I'm pretty sure it's a goaltend if you block it.
Wilt blocked it.
That shit was probably a goaltender.
It probably was, but they didn't call it.
Yeah. That's the only way that you can block that shit is if you goaltender. That is... Hook shot is probably arguably the most iconic and also the most unguardable shot, I think.
More people need hook shots in their game.
More people do.
It really is an unguardable shot.
If you could do it, boy, you remember when you thought Kuz was going to be the next level, boy, because he had that little.
Because he had that running hook.
He had the hook. He stopped.
And nobody knew how to guard it.
You can't guard it. Like if I'm out here and I'm also like 6'7" plus, even if you 6'11" and you right here, only way you blocking it is if you one time it really, really, really great. and you catch it on the way up, or you like goaltending it.
If you're 5'8" and you have a nice hook, it's unguardable. Like if you have a nice up hook, like if you're over here and you're just throwing that up, it's still gonna take some effort to block it.
That.
Yeah,
block it. Yeah.
How many? All right, I'm gonna use this for an example. Remember Aaron Brooks?
Yeah.
Aaron Brooks had a hook shot in his game because he's so much smaller than everybody else. Yeah,
and my bad. They had him listed at 6 feet, so he's probably like 5'9", 5'10".
And it's a hard to block shot.
Yeah,
that's a shot that he will use because nobody can block it, and he's just out there the smallest person on the floor.
Yeah,
hook shots. Bring hook shots back.
I
thought, like I said, I thought Kuz was gonna be like that. Because of the hook shot. He might bring it back. The Wizards ain't got no choice. Who else is on there? Other than Bradley Beal.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Spencer Dinwiddie. I forgot he was there. Yeah. That's nice.
That is nice. Like we said, though, 6-time champ, he doesn't have the same amount of, finals MVPs as LeBron or as Jordan. But that's also, he played with Magic Johnson, the at the lowest, 5th greatest player of all time. At the lowest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how much more I can debate it other than that. I don't think there's a real argument for who you should have number one. Although an argument I used to have at work was like, are you going based off their careers? Or you based some people base it off like who would I rather have on my team? Because I probably would rather have Shaq over all of these motherfuckers. Yeah, it's like for me it'd probably go Shaq then Hakeem and then Kareem. But
I think it'd go Shaq, Kareem, Wilt, then Hakeem.
I feel
then
that.
Probably Bill Russell. And I'd put Bill Russell at the 4.
just block everything.
Yeah.
Just sit there and get rid of everything that comes to the basket. But yeah, Kareem was, like I said, like that. He won his first ring in Milwaukee, then got to LA. It was like, we finna win 5 more. Indeed. We finna be like that. And it's part of one of the dynasties of the league. Indeed. With the Lakers in the 80s and the cocaine and all the stuff that was going around then.
Shout out cocaine.
Kareem was actually, well, you don't watch it. Kareem was on the episode of Dave, and that shit was funny as hell. The Little Dicky show.
He was on Scrubs.
Well, yeah, he was. Damn, I forgot about that. Scrubs, greatest top 10 greatest sitcom.
He was on Martin. He was a doctor on Martin.
Kareem just be acting and being an activist.
I told you he was in that Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah, he'd just be the opposite of what Wilt was. Just polar opposites. All right, honorable mentions. This was hard because
Yao Ming. I wanted to give a shout out to my man Jeff, because he did say Yao Ming has to be top 10.
He does.
I was like, oh no,
he's not top 10.
But Yao Ming
if he hadn't gotten hurt, if he was probably like 3 inches shorter and he didn't have so many damn knee problems, he probably could have been.
Yeah, but Yao Ming, he every year that he was in the league, he was an all-star.
Yeah, I was going to say, I take it back. I said one of the few. He also joined Hakeem as one of the few to be bullying Shaq. Because you can't do shit but bully nobody. What was he, 7'3"? 7'5". 7'2"?
7'5".
I thought he was 7'2". Yeah,
7'5". 7'6", matter of fact.
I thought he was 7'2". My bad, buddy.
7'6".
My bad.
No.
With the skill level of a stretch 4. Because he had the midi. The 3 wasn't allowed for them motherfuckers like that back then. Well, I really wish him and T-Mac could have just stayed healthy enough to do something together.
That would have been good.
That was a fun team to play with when I was playing live.
If they were just both not injured in their prime, they probably could have did something.
Probably could have made something make something shake. Probably, well, at least in the Western Conference Finals. At least. No Steve Nash in the Western Conference Finals. No MVP for Steve Nash. This is a player we talked about a little bit earlier. I wanted to bring him up in my honorable mention just because his career at this point has been cut short due to just injury after injury.
Boo! I already know
Boogie Cousins.
Boo!
Boogie Cousins.
Boo!
What what you on?
Boo!
I just want to show Boogie Cousins some love.
Boo!
What did you want with Boogie?
Boo!
What's wrong with DeMarcus Cousins?
Boo!
All right,
get off the stage.
Are you done?
Boo!
Why you hating on DeMarcus Cousins?
I'm not.
All right.
Boo!
What? Boogie Cousins was arguably one of the best centers in the league. I remember the debate went from him and Joel Embiid, and then once he got hurt and Jokic started, even hooping. He was already hooping. Like, he's been good pretty much since he came in, but the last few seasons he done woke up. Basically, almost right when Boogie got hurt is when he started really like getting busy. And then, the conversation now turned to Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
So I just want to give Boogie some love just because he was
ring chasing.
He was ring chasing. I would fucking ring chase too if I just had these if I can prove myself on a championship team and contribute to that, somebody should throw me some type of bag after that. It just didn't work out like that because he got hurt again. Got hurt multiple times. He's literally sustained injury after injury, and you can't just do nothing about it. I was hoping the Bulls actually signed him, not for no like serious money, but like
yuck.
Damn, we need bodies. I would take him.
I wouldn't.
He
gets hurt every year. What am I going to take him for? That's money just thrown away. Whether it's $700 or not.
I was going to say that's just a minimum deal.
It's just money going in the trash. Man. Might as well sign somebody who's going to play.
Man. Who's available?
Anybody that's not named DeMarcus Cousins.
I was just talking about from a center perspective. Any other names you got in your honorable mentions? I got two more.
I got Alonzo Mourning.
I did not have Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning was probably, yeah.
Shout out, get dunked on by Vince Carter.
I called that motherfucker the way up. But when they both talk about that dunk, it's just like, yeah.
They know what it is.
Yeah, that is crazy. Alonzo Mourning, he got a ring, right? He was on that 06
team. With past his prime Shaq.
Got two long ass heat, so I call him Shaq and Alonzo. I forgot what song that was, but the game said that on the documentary album.
All right.
I forgot. That shit. I was listening to that shit the other day. I was like this. Ooh, I forgot about that bar.
Shut up, boy. Who's your next one?
Jokic, because he probably will finish top 10 by the time his career is over with. He's 26 now. He already has an MVP under his belt, and he don't be getting no respect. I got a question real quick, and he might not be, but is Jokic a top 5 player in the NBA right now?
LeBron, KD, Giannis, healthy Kawhi, Steph. No, he's not, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's probably right here. This is probably where he's at.
Healthy Harden?
I'll take Jokic over
Harden.
I'll take Jokic.
Yeah, it was just top 5.
Harden,
it was kind of a debate that people were going about, and I was like, damn. And I was like, nah, that motherfucker. I was like, what MVP hasn't been top 5? And I was like, oh damn. Now I did that same list. Mine was like
was Westbrook top 5?
No. When he won
during his MVP
in 2017.
Yeah.
You talking about everybody healthy?
Yeah. I don't know if he was top 5. He just had a triple double.
He was killing. He was dragging.
He was killing, but was he top 5?
He's probably like 6 or 7, because I would still take Harden over Westbrook that year. Giannis wasn't Giannis yet though, so it was LeBron.
Giannis was Giannis. He just wasn't all the way. He wasn't MVP Giannis.
No, he was. That's the year he won Most Improved though. So I wanted. Yeah.
2017.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I wouldn't take him that year. I wouldn't take him over Westbrook. I would take him probably the year after that.
I wouldn't take him over Westbrook. I'm just saying he might have. I think he was. That's when he turned into Giannis.
Yeah, he was turning into him. Yeah, but he wasn't as dominant. That's when he like started waking up. It was like, I'm gonna just start dunking everybody, but it wasn't still to the level that he was bullying motherfuckers like he was now. I was looking to see if that was the year he won Most Improved.
I wanted to see what he averaged that year.
I think it was like 22.
22, 8,
yeah,
and 5.
Yep.
Those are nasty numbers.
It was. And it just keeps going up after that. We look at
those numbers are nasty.
Yeah, that was the year he like kind of woke up a little. Not woke up, but like he was just like, all right, I'm Yanni now. I'm the Greek freak.
Indeed.
Any other name you want to mention for your honorable mentions?
I also have Dikembe Mutombo.
Dikembe. No.
Shut up. Just shut it. Shut it up.
I hope somebody does that to you in the league today and just does this to you after.
Ben Wallace, I also have.
Ben fucking Wallace definitely deserves
Scary man.
Just shout out showing love to the Hall of Famer.
That's all I got for centers. For my honorable mentions.
Joel Embiid. Showing love to the young guns.
The young guys.
The young guns.
The new guys.
If Joel Embiid can stay fucking healthy, he'll Yeah. Him and Jokic can finish at least 9 and 10 if they both stay healthy. I'm trying to think of any other centers in the league that's worth even mentioning right now. Not for honorable mentions, but like you said, after 2010, like outside of Dwight, there hasn't really been a center that was making a ton of noise. It was like, damn, you're one of those guys, pal. Like, hasn't been a whole lot of them since then, like the last decade.
Nah, there hasn't been.
Outside, like I said, DeMarcus
Cousins.
DeMarcus is the only other one. Outside of those three, there really hasn't been anybody that comes to mind. Cat, if he fucking,
Bro, fuck Cat.
All right. Damn.
Weak ass.
All right, you tweaking now.
Empty stats ass motherfucker.
It's on the empty stats because they losing.
Right, so the stats mean nothing.
Was Devin Booker? Was Devin Booker empty stats?
Yes.
Was Zach LaVine just empty stats?
Yup.
Oh, okay. Well, if you think
they losing, stats mean nothing.
You can think that. You think that, and they start.
If you're putting up 25 and losing by 25, what's the point of the 25?
So it don't lose by 50. It's the point of 25. You think that's the person who I'm excited for this season.
I think Zach LaVine's last year's numbers weren't empty stats.
Because they were winning a little bit?
They were winning a little. They were competitive. But when the Bulls are competitive and he's putting up 25 with 2 assists and 4 rebounds.
I'm ready for Zach LaVine to shut the empty stats motherfuckers up. Devin Booker did it this year. I don't know any other players who can get rid of the empty stats label this upcoming season besides Zach LaVine. It's crazy. A lot of people around the league even respect Zach LaVine like a crazy amount. Where it's like,
I'm sure they do because he does get buckets.
He gets buckets, but it's like
getting buckets, but his stats aren't helping anybody. They're not helping them win.
It's helping them win sometimes, bro. The rest of them, I can understand why you say that though, because Cat and them were at the bottom of the damn league last year. I think he was hurt for a minute too, but regardless, there's no way you had that much talent on your team. You're just like, yeah. I need them to get that shit together. Or just ship him out. He's also in Minnesota, so it probably doesn't help, but he also doesn't help the fact that he's in Minnesota. Minnesota
is purgatory as well as Sacramento.
Minnesota, Sacramento. I can't think of any other town I would rather not go to if I'm getting drafted.
Please send Ben Simmons to Sacramento.
His fucking trade needs to happen already, bro. I'm just like tired of waiting on it. It's going to be like a weird-ass trade where it's like a 3-team deal, and he goes to fucking some random, his ass gonna go to Toronto or some bullshit. I don't know. Like, it's gonna be some bullshit that pops up. It's gonna be like, yeah, we just moved all these pieces around just for some shit to not happen with the Sixers. So I don't know. This nigga's not going back, so the trade needs to happen like ASAP. He said, I'm willing to take the fine. A $1.3 million fine.
Indeed.
Just give me the $1.3 million.
Give me $1.3. I'll take that.
Just give me a stack and we good. Shit. No. You got anything else you want to bring up for the Senators?
I do not.
Any other basketball related stuff you want to talk about before we get to their favorite segment?
Nope.
It's your favorite segment. It's the fact of the week.
All right, so this is a fact of the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. All right.
Baby GOAT. I'm just talking shit.
This nigga's crazy. So Michael Jordan, as we know, had a hell of a rookie year, right? He's putting up 28 points.
Wasn't it like 28, 5 and 5 or some shit like that?
I believe so.
6 and 5, something.
Yeah, it was 28, 6 and 5 with 2 steals. Michael Jordan is the only rookie in league history, in NBA history, to lead his team in 4 out of 5 statistical categories.
Yeah.
Averaging 28 points. 6 rebounds.
He led them in rebounds?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
6 assists. 5.9, but 6 assists.
And then 2 steals.
And 2.4 steals. Yeah. He led the team in rebounds. That was all that cocaine.
That's why I was like,
nobody
6
was getting
rebounds.
no boards. They were just running.
They was like, Mike got it.
Mike got it. Just run. Just run. We got it.
That's fucked up.
That's crazy. Out of the 4 out of 5 statistical categories, he led them in 4 of them.
He probably
being a 6'6" shooting guard led him in rebounds.
I'm only mad because 6 not even a crazy amount.
And that was his rookie year. That's the craziest part. That was his first year. His first year in the league.
Chicago was purgatory before he came in.
Nah, but for real though.
Chicago was purgatory too.
His first year in the league, he just came in and just showed his dominance. It was just all dunking back then too. All dunking in ridiculous hang time layups.
His hang time doesn't make sense.
Nah, it don't.
It really don't. Like, motherfuckers be jumping just as high. Like, Derrick Jones Jr. probably has a higher vertical than Mike did. And that nigga does not hang in the air nowhere near as long.
That's ridiculous.
That shit real. You see why motherfuckers call him Air Jordan. That nigga real life just does that shit, defies physics when you look at it. Like, how do you...
I think what made Mike so good is that he had excellent body control. I mean, he had a ridiculous vertical.
Yeah.
His vertical, it was never proven, but his vertical is listed at 48 inches.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But his body control is what made him different.
Layups and dunks.
Yeah. Because how are you going to jump in the air and do... And
Nigga switched it 3 times. Yeah.
Literally switched it 3 times. Didn't know where he wanted to go, but figured it out at the end.
It'd be dunks where he like just does, like, even though people say it's like a double clutch, but it'd be like he used to do it reactively. Like, he was, I'm not coming here playing in a double clutch, but I'm coming up here and niggas jumping like, oh no. Yeah. Mike was different, boy.
Mike is the GOAT. I don't care what nobody. Mike is the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
Just off the rookie year alone. That's some GOAT. That's his first year.
GOAT man. Yeah, that's me.
His first year. Like, most people come in the league the first year like, oh, the game is too fast for me. I'm trying to figure this out as I go. How do I do this? No. Oh my God, everybody's in such great shape. No. Everybody jumps higher and jumps faster.
No.
Or, I mean, runs faster. Jumps faster too. And Mike just came in the league. I'm better than everybody. Everybody.
It is me. I am him.
Low key.
I am that guy.
Imagine that. Like, you just come in the league with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird in their prime. And he comes in, I'm going to drop almost 30 my rookie year. And I'm going to lead the team in everything except for blocks. And still average a block and a half a game.
Mike was like that, boy.
Mike was like that.
Mike's not fair. Krusty Krab is unfair.
Anyways.
Mr. Krab is in there.
Anyways. That's the end of the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends. And whatever else you be talking about.
If you guys are watching on YouTube, like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, just leave a like and review. We appreciate that as always. Peace, love, and prosperity.
Peace.